Kuala Lumpur is an incredibly big city, but KL City do not necessarily reflect that. But what I mean by that, it's not in a very derogatory way or negative way whatsoever. It's just a reflection of Malaysian society and Kuala Lumpur as a city. I remember in the aftermath of that Malaysia Cup final, I remember having a chat with a friend of mine who's a fan of KL, and he said something along the line of, look, KL City, KL is essentially a city where people from all around the country come, park themselves here, try to make a living out of it. But essentially, you wipe away the little bits and things that make KL KL, right? The origin story, the genesis of Kuala Lumpur as a city. It's not something that gets reminded or remembered all the time. Because you come to KL now, you've got influences from all around Asia, influences from all around Malaysia, different states, different dialects, different lingo. Everything is in Kuala Lumpur. But what makes KL KL, the origins of Kuala Lumpur, that does not get remembered all along. But through KL City, the individuals that were born and bred in the suburbs of Kuala Lumpur, in the flats that exist within the small, townships in Kuala Lumpur, they get something to hold on to be remembered, to have a relationship with the essence of this place as a whole. And I think that's the most powerful thing about this KL City story. From last year winning the Malaysia Cup, this year the run, it is not about 80,000 people in a stadium week in, week out. It's about a smaller sized group of fans that have had such an incredible experience so far. And I think one of the pinnacles of it was at the, viewing parties that have been held right smack in the middle of the city, in the last two away games. The atmosphere there has been absolutely incredible. And there were probably just about 2,000 people, but I could compare the intensity of it to like some stadium atmospheres where it has been 80,000 people packed into it. So it's been a really special journey so far. Not just from a footballing point of view, but I think also from a cultural point of view for the city of Kuala Lumpur and its original people.